Car repossessions are at their highest level since the Great Recession, with millions of Americans losing their vehicles. CBS 8's Alex Sly joins us live in studio with what this trend could mean for the economy. Alex?
Well, Carlo, it means more people are falling behind on their car payments, and when that happens, lenders can step in and repossess those vehicles. Experts say it's not necessarily a sign of economic collapse, but it's definitely a warning sign that the economy is slowing down. More than 2.2 million cars have been repossessed so far this year, and that number is expected to top 3 million by the end of the year, according to the Recovery Database Network. I think the biggest question we have is this a recession indicator? It's a question dividing economists.
Some people think that we're headed for a recession. Other people think that will remain positive, but growing only slowly.
University of San Diego economics professor Alan Jin thinks rising repossessions doesn't necessarily signal a recession, but does show the economy is losing steam, especially in the job market.
If people then are not getting the raises, if they're not getting the jobs, then they could be impacted then in terms of their ability to make payments, particularly with the cost of other products increasing.
With housing and food costs still high, Jin says many people are putting car payments lower on their priority list. He adds that this goes back to the pandemic, when many consumers had extra cash and splurged on cars. Those vehicles often came with high prices and high interest rates, leading to big monthly payments that some are now struggling to keep up with.
A lot of car buyers ended up underwater.
Okay, let me pause right there. This video is under 3 minutes, so let me just interject. Car repossession is an issue, but it's not a new one, but just a nagging cycle that people put upon themselves. But there is also the side of the automakers. Automakers sell cars. The minute a car leaves the production line and goes to a dealership, it's already marked as sold because most cars are paid for upfront or as special order. Now you have the finance company, which is an arm of the dealership. Then you have a bank or a credit union that gives you the loan to take the car. They are the ones that are actually suffering. Companies like Ford that posted they had great quarters and they beat the forecast and expectations, and that raised the value of the company. But the finance arm suffers a setback because people can no longer maintain those loans. Repossessions lead to auctions and they end up with a loss. Right now, people don't care about credit. I carried one story with a lady taking out a Mazda valued at over $40,000 and a monthly car payment of over $800. Well, the average monthly car payment is about $729 the last time I checked. Then there are interest rates. Interest rates are falling, but they're still too high. My point is, finance companies or departments work with the automakers, and automakers pump out a certain amount of cars per year. The cost of production has not fallen, but the prices are still increasing as well. New car prices will not go down.
That the car was worth less than the actual value of the loan. And so financially, it might have made sense for them then to default on a loan as opposed to trying to pay it off.
On top of that, today the average price of a new car in the U.S. is above $50,000 for the first time ever, according to Cox Automotive. And Jin says it's hard to predict whether repossessions will keep climbing or level off, but he notes that when Americans can't pay for something as essential as a car, which is often their main way to get to work, it is a sign that the economy is under stress.
Is this a true warning sign? In the past, have these types of spikes preceded an economic downturn?
They actually have. When you think about a recession, you think about jobs are being lost, which leads to missed payments. Luckily, right now, we're not seeing major job cuts yet. But Jin says if unemployment starts to rise, repossessions could accelerate even faster.
Definitely something that we need to watch as things get a little rougher for people out there. Alex Sly reporting for us. Thanks, Alex.
Personally, I drove my last car till all the lights on the dash came on and I just couldn't bother to fix it. Then I just went out and bought a 10-year-old Mercedes. It still looks good, although it's close to 160,000 kilometers. A very, very small loan to make up the 90% total cost, which I managed to pay off in under 6 months. Working 12-hour shifts actually pushes me to do that, but debt management is the order of the day. I financed a car before and it completely changed my mindset of the things I need. And then I vowed never to finance a car ever again. That way, I'd never be in a position or at the mercy of a bank or anybody that's saying that, hey, you need to do this if a financial crunch happens. Without a car payment holding me down, I can do whatever I want. Now I focus on trying to acquire assets such as small stocks, some bonds, and investing with my brothers. Now, I stay away from financing things for a lifestyle, understanding that everything is going to be cyclical. It's going to be ups and it's going to be downs, but you're going to have to continue to maintain it. Another thing is that a lot of people, they don't look at the cost of maintaining the vehicle after they have made the purchase. Again, when I was in the dealership, we would have a total cost sheet for customers to let them know what they will be getting into after they try to buy a car. For instance, a Corolla has 3 grade and price packages, and then the cost of maintenance would be added to those cars over a 3 to 5 to 10 year period. And that helped a lot of people to understand what their actual expense would look like, which included gas and insurance over the years. But car sellers know they're all about taking their money. People just need to stop financing cars unless you can justify a reason to do it from a financial perspective. If you have to go over a spreadsheet to see how you can squeeze a car payment into your monthly expenses, you simply can't afford it. Buy a used car. You just need something reliable to take you from point A to point B, and find a good mechanic who is reliable. If you live in the city, take Uber, Lyft, or public transit. Get up early. We got to start getting our finances in order. Prices are not going down, so this is just another reality check. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Party Manager Guide. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you in the next episode.